Okay, guys. So, last episode, we finished up our yellow and purple sciences. Yep, yellow and purple. Right? Yeah, yellow, purple. Got them going. They're up here. We got some stuff, some research cooking away. That's all going. Okay. So that is the last of the novice-based sciences, with the exception of space science. And we got all prepped and ready to start space science. So, what we're going to try and do this episode is two things. We're going to get our space science set up, get a rocket built, and be ready to launch it. The other thing I want to do is, now that we're harvesting uranium, now that we've got the ability to process it, we're going to go start our processing for uranium. We don't have Covarex yet, because we need the space science, but we want to start getting set up, okay, so that we can increase our power. Because let's be honest, this is nothing in comparison to nuclear. All right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to want to start with our space stuff. So I've got my rocket silo, I've got my cargo landing pad, and I've got my starter pack for space. The cargo landing pad, because all we're doing right now in space is bringing down space science. I'm going to sit it over by the labs. That's probably not where it's going to stay, because I think you can only have one per surface, but I'm not sure. But I believe you can only have one cargo landing pad per surface. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But anyway, so here's our rocket silo. Excuse me. So we're just going to drop this down for now because we need to see what we need. Okay. So for a rocket, we need low density structures, which we're making. We need blue processing units, which we're making, and we need rocket fuel. And in preparation for that, we brought over our petroleum gas and we brought over light oil. But here is the thing with that. If we grab this, I'm going to put four of them down. To make rocket fuel, right? We need solid fuel and we need light oil. Okay, we need 10 of each. And then to make solid fuel, there's several ways you can make it. We can make it with petroleum gas. We can make it with light oil. We can make it with heavy oil. Right? So that's our three ways of making it. So let's look at these. For petroleum gas, it takes 1 second and 20 petroleum gas, and it's going to give us one solid fuel. For light oil, it takes 1 second, but only 10 light oil for one solid fuel. So it's half what this is. Heavy oil is back up to the 20 and one for solid fuel. So on the surface, it looks like it's going to take us less light oil than it is petroleum gas. But we've got more petroleum gas than we do light oil, right? Because we're changing most everything into petroleum gas. But here's the thing. When we convert heavy oil into light oil, right, it's costing us 40 heavy oil. And we can't really do much else with the heavy oil, so it's either going to have to go into light oil or all the way up into petroleum gas. But now, when we convert light oil into petroleum gas, it costs us 30 light oil to get 20 petroleum gas, right? And then 20 petroleum gas is one solid fuel, whereas 30 light oil is 3 solid fuel. So by converting this to petroleum gas and then making solid fuel out of it, we're losing 2 solid fuel. So my first inclination was to use petroleum gas to make the solid fuel portion and then add the light oil, right? But in retrospect, I think that's the better way to go. Use light oil to do the solid fuel part, and use light oil to make the rocket fuel. And because they've made this a lot less expensive, it's not going to kill us as much, I don't think. We'll see. Now, it takes, and looking back on some of the episodes, I was reading things wrong because down here there's two numbers. There's a crafting speed time and there's a materials crafting time. And when I was doing, I think the most recent video that dropped, which is actually several days old for me now, I was looking at the wrong number. So I need to pay more of attention to that. So anyway, crafting speed is 15 seconds. So it takes 15 seconds to make one. So we're going to need 10 light oil every 15 seconds. Well, this makes 10 light oil, I'm sorry, we're going to need 10 solid fuel every 15 seconds, right? This makes a solid fuel every 1 second, right? It uses 10 oil, but it makes a solid fuel every 1 second. So for every 15 seconds that we got here, we're making 15 solid fuel, but we only need 10. So this supports 1.5 of these. So if we do 2 of these, it will support 3 of these. Right? So there we go. So that's going to be our ratio. If we coming in, that's going to give us 3 of these plus whatever we need for the other end. So let's start with this. If we know these are going to be 2 per 4 or 2 per 3, if we do one, because I always have a problem with distances on these, let's just go ahead and make our distances. I don't know, the smokestack, I think, fools me distance wise because I think I'm closer to the belt than I am because I see the smokestack touching the belt. So anyway, that's just my weirdness. All right, so if we're making 2 sets of these, then we can make 6 sets of fuel, right? So let's start with that. So if we come in there, we're going to have to bring our fuel in, right? We're going to have to bring our light oil in. And here. Still missed it. Damn it. Right, so there's our light oil in, because and we can expand this as much as it'll support. We're just kind of getting the basic block set up. Okay, so that's going to give us 6 assemblers for fuel, but we also need light oil for these. So 1, 2, 3. Come off. Belt away. 1, 2, 3. 3 assemblers and fuel. All right. Right? So now, if we bring this around, what I was thinking was, actually we're too close. let's move these down. And now we can do that. Right? Oh, we're too close. Never mind. Let me get here before the bots get here. Damn it. Alright. So, if we bring this around, right, and then we do, well, we actually want to bring that out. Let's bring it out further. Alright, so there's our light oil into there and there. We're going to have, well, we could do, oh, you know what? We could do this. Let's give us the room. 1, 2, 3. We could actually do a belt out and a belt in. Because I originally was thinking, oh, well, we'll bring the belt out here, but we'll be in the way of our fluid. So if we do a belt and a belt, where is, there they are. And then we do, oop, that's going to be outs. Because theoretically we'll put the outs on that line. We'll put the ins on this line. Then that does that. That does that. That does that. We'll move this around. So then, if that's coming in, put these all in the wrong direction. So if that's coming in with our solid fuel, inserts it to there, puts it out on this belt. Inserts it to there, puts it out on this belt. So that's going to give us our solid fuel out. And it's just that simple. And we can expand this as far as we want, right? We can just keep adding on to this if this is not enough. But that's what we need right there. Well, hell, we can, since it's only that far. Right? So that is, all of that is one line, right? And then that can go up to our, so then we can do this. Right? There it is. So that is that, and then we can expand on this as we need pretty easily. This would just, you know, go right down the line. Right? Right. So now the question is, where exactly do we put it? And I am going to, for the time being, turn that off. Where is... Oh, we just did it. There it is. Alright. And you know what? Let's turn our guys off, because we don't need to be that far away from one another. So let's do this right here, right? That's going to be there. But then let's do this. Let's take this. We're going to mark that as fuel for right now, so that we can find it. Oops. Helps to save it. Oh, what are you guys doing? No. You're too close. I don't... Go away. I don't want you playing right now. Because now you fouled me up. Alright. And, like I say, we'll change that to be fuel, create blueprint, pick this shit up, and we're going to pick it up. Maybe not. Where are you guys coming from? Damn it. Alright. Oh, tell me it's from that one. Yeah, we're still in the daggone... I think there's a way to tell this that not to futz with you. But right this second, I don't remember what it is. So that should keep us out of their reach for now. But I'm pretty sure there's a setting you can do that when you're doing stuff like this, you can keep the ones that are in your network from doing what they're doing right now. Because I don't want them to do it. They want to come play. I don't want them to be playing. Now, we could do that. Question is, do I want to do that? And I think the answer is yes. I think we're going to do it that way. It's going to save us some pipes. And then this is going to come down here, into there. That's that. And then we're going to lay that down. We're actually going to copy this whole thing. And we're going to... Which one was it? This one... I didn't mark it. So now we got to figure out which one it was. This one right here. We're going to get rid of this part right here, because damn it, because we don't want that part. We just want this part. So that'll do that. That'll do that. Get rid of that one. and that'll do that, right? So then that is lottie-dottie everybody. And we could just keep adding on if we wanted to. Now we just got to power it. So if we do here, 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 there. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Can we do that? That will reach everybody except for the bottom ones. If we do one substation right there, right? And then that powers everybody except for these assemblers down here. And for those, how far will that reach? Won't reach far enough. All right. Fine. That's everybody. Everybody's covered. All right. So then the only reason this is here is for us. So now we just got to go to here. All right. So we got to go out a little bit further. Fine. Alright, so that's lottie-dottie everybody. And that's all of that. Now we should just have to power this puppy. So now we can hook these guys back up. We don't care. You've irritated me enough, but that's fine. Right, so that's all done. We just got to power this. And then that ought to and then we got to tell this to make this. Right? And if we really wanted to do right, we could do that and put it on both sides of the belt. Now, we can't do that on this side here, but we can here. If that's going to come on that side, we can do that, and then that'll put it on both sides of the belt. Oh wait, it's going to be on both sides of the belt, because these are going to put it on there and those are going to put it on there. Never mind. I'm an idiot. It's already going to put it on both sides of the belt, because these guys are going to put it on one and these guys are going to put it on one. Why aren't you doing? Because you don't have enough fuel yet. Didn't we say 2 to 3, 2 to 3? We don't have enough. We got to put more on the other side. Okay. We need 4 more on the other side. Again, we're being a little dumb. All right. Not a problem. That's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then we can get rid of that. There. Now we'll have enough to support all of them. 3, 6, 9, 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. Plan T. Right? And then if we wanted to, we could drag that out and add more. Okay. So there's that. How are we doing on time? How long did that take us? That took us a half an hour? You gotta be kidding me. For that? Anyway. Alright, so now, rocket silo. And we're just gonna stick it here for now because we're gonna be moving it. But we want blues, low densities, and rocket fuel. Blues, low densities, rocket fuel. Feels so weird just having that little bit coming in there in comparison to what it normally is. Now, we're just going to hook this up and be done with it so that we can get space science started. Because once we get space science started and we get nuclear started, the next project we're going to be visiting, if you will, is a reactor. And then after that, we will be visiting fixing all of this up and getting more of a permanent base. Okay, so we're going to let that cook. And we're going to go up here, and by the time we're done up here, that should be done. And we're going to go up here to our uranium deposit. I added some more solar because I know that's going to be, that the rocket was going to take a lot, and up here is going to take a lot. Because uranium processing takes a lot of power. So, as of right now, we don't have beacons researched. But we're going to soon. Beacons are on our list of things to do. The other issue is I do believe that the devs have nerfed beacons a bit. Let's see. Yep, half hour. Okay, 30 minutes. We'll see how far we can get in 30 minutes. I think the devs have nerfed, if memory serves me right, beacons that overlap is diminishing returns. In other words, you don't get the full effect for every single one of them. As you overlap, you reduce in effect. So I don't know how much by, but we're going to find out. So off camera, before we get this started, I built 24 centrifuges, and we are going to get serious about processing this stuff into spicy rocks. Okay, so we're going to lay down 12. All right, and then we need goes in and goes out for these 12. And we're going to bring it this way since we're coming this way. So this is going to be our goes in. It doesn't really matter which side, but that's going to be our goes in. That's going to be our goes out. Right? But then, and I believe beacons are the same size as these and what have you. So if we do this, if we put that there, and then we put that there, that's going to leave us room to put beacons down between this one and this one. And it's going to leave room for beacons here. Right? So then we go in. And we come out. We might have to go down and get some more belts. All right, so if we come in on both of these and then we go out, what if we did it? What if we did it like this? Okay, so that's ins. This is outs. Right? And then beacons down the center, beacons on this side and beacons on this side. That way each of these has got beacons on both sides. Now I'm going to have to look and see just how much we can beacon and what have you. We got to get some more belts. Crap. Fortunately, we got fast legs now. We're gonna run down here real quick and we'll get on the express lane here. Not really that express, but still faster than what we're doing right now because we don't have our anti-belt effect shoes on. So the belt's giving us a little bit of boost of speed. Alright, so belts. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You can zip now. You can zipper now. You can pick things up like that. And you can put things down that way too. And we're going to pick up 20 chests. Oh, we already got chests. We got those. I think we're good. It's another one of those nice quality of life things they added, is being able to just zip across a row and pick it up. Now, if we already had beacons, I would have went ahead and built the beacons ahead of time. I built these suckers because they take a lot of materials and they take forever to do. So now, yeah. So then we want to come in here. And there. And there, right? And that's going to be our input. We may run 2 lines. I don't know. We'll see. Eventually, we'll probably run 2 lines. And then that's going to be our outputs. We don't need it to be this long. And then that's our outputs, right? And then we just need power. And then that'll cover the beacons as well, because they'll need power too. And that'll cover the beacons on... Did we miss the lineup on that? Why is that? Alright, it's 1 off, but it'll function. Right? So there's that. So then we could, you know what? Why waste the undergrounds? Okay, and then process. And then we can put any of the modules in these. And the only thing we're making right now is we're making productivity modules. So we can put productivity modules in there. And then we just have to hook up power. And kill our power. Well, it's nighttime, so we're running off of accumulators right now. We're going to be running off of accumulators and the generators. So how fast is this going down? Not terrible. We might get through the night. We might not. We don't need that. We don't need to be wasting. What was that? Oh, when we put it down and picked it up, we made the crackly noise. Okay. So now, I want to split this out. And we're going to go left, right output, shiny spicy rocks. Left output, regular spicy rocks. And we'll do that. We'll come over here. I doubt we're going to get any more than that. But we'll have room. And then here, we're going to get a butt ton before we get around to Covarex. Most likely. You know what? Let's do this. Let us, because then if we have to put more, we'll have the space for more. And then here, we could just put that and hook it up. Alright, so now that's going to grab everything off of there, and we've got one so far. So this is going to last a while, and then we're going to do this. And the reason I'm putting it up here is simply because it's closer than running it all the way down there. We don't have trains yet. So this is the closest place for it. All right, so now we're at least starting to process uranium. I don't believe we have the technology to do any of the stuff with it yet. We can do nukes. So we can do nukes, which means we can make fuel, but we can't Covarex it. And before we get really started into it, I want to be able to Covarex it. There's no sense in wasting it. Besides, in order to Covarex and in order to make fuel even, we need a bunch more shiny, spicy rocks. So we can just let that run for a while. And how long was that? All right, 15 minutes. Not bad. Not terrible. So let's go down here. We'll grab junk on the way and see how our rocket's doing. I haven't concreted or bricked in any of this yet because it's really expensive. Look, we have a rocket. And it is fully built. Do we not have to put fuel in it now? Is there no line for fuel, huh? Alright, cool. And it looks like we can put modules in here too. So maybe we'll put productivity modules in there so that it costs us less to build the next one. So the rocket is ready. So let us go over here and put down our landing pad. All right, now we need to be able to put science in here, and we can only reach that far unless we do another one in this, that, and the other. So I think we're going to put it in from this side. We could put it in from this side, but we didn't leave spaces. So let's do something here. Let's get rid of our telephone poles. I think we can leave those ones. And let's put facing the other direction. Right? And then that'll bring them up there. And then this here. And there's going to be our science. And because we don't want these taking these back out and sending them up and just creating a loop, we're going to do this. Use filter. We don't have the space science yet, but I think if we do that, it turns it off because we don't have anything set yet. So these ones won't do nada until we tell it to do something. So then that'll do there, that'll do there, that'll do there, and then this will cover this side, and this will cover this side, and our cargo landing pad. So that should give us everything we need to make our space science come down here, right? And then, before we start on this, let's do one more thing. We're going to want a bunch of space platform foundations, and they take wire and steel. We're going to change this because we're just doing this because we haven't decided where we're going to put it yet. But we're at the end of our chain to a certain extent. So let's do the same. Damn it, I really don't. This bugs me. Sorry guys, this bugs me. It's a consistency thing. I probably don't need to come down here with everything, but damn it, it bugs me. Is there another that's got to come down? No, that's everything. All right. It bugs me to do it that way. So we're not going to. There. Right. Let's do it right. Let's. If we stop doing it right, then chaos ensues. All right. So there it is. Now that's the right way to do it. Okay. So now we're going to want the space. Whatchamacallits. And do we insert them directly into here? Is that how that rocket inventory was? I think this will request, won't it? Automatic requests from platform. We can also insert them in. So if we're making them, the bots will put them in for us, right? This will act as a if memory serves me right, this will get fed by the bots. So we don't have to be here. We can be over here. Yeah, we can be over here. So now, wire, 20 copper cable, 20 steel. copper wire, space platform foundation. So this is every 10 seconds we need 20. This is every half a second we'll make 2. So every second we'll make 4. Every 5 seconds we'll make 20. So we can support 2 of these with one of these. Right? Right. I do believe that is correct, if the math in my brain is working. But then we need, yeah, but that's too close. Trying to think. Of how we're going to put those and steel in here. Because that's too close together. Makes it too wide, but then we could do that. Right? We could do that, I guess. And then we just do that. And then since the robots are going to do that, we do that, right? And then that puts it in there, and that's within here, and that they can just go over there and give it to them when they need it. We could put this fucker anywhere. Now, obviously, we want to cut down on the travel distance for our bots, but we could put that sucker anywhere. Come on, there we go. Right? Is that everything we need? So after it makes its first one, we'll see if it keeps up. Yeah. So that, we did do our math right, because by the time this reaches here, it's got 20. Alright, so there we go. I don't know how high they stack, but we're going to just limit it to 1 right now. Okay, guys, So that is it. So let's go over here and take a look at this. All right. Deliver cargo, build a new space platform, travel to space. None of them is highlighted. Rocket inventory must contain one space platform starter pack or have automatic requests from space platforms enabled to create a new space platform. Rocket inventory is empty. No space platform currently in orbit overhead. Okay. Now one thing that I'm not seeing, that I know with space exploration, you have to have a suit. You have to have a spacesuit. Do you not need a spacesuit to go to space? It looks like you don't need a spacesuit to go to space, guys. Okay. So we have our starter pack. If we put our starter pack in here, will it launch? Okay, rocket capacity usage 1 ton, that's 1 ton. That is something I do remember hearing about, is there's limited amount of weight. So you end up having to build a butt ton of rockets to be able to send stuff up. So guess what, guys? That has been an hour. Well, it's been 57 minutes. We're not going to launch the rocket today. We're going to launch the rocket in the next episode. I think we're going to wait. But there it is. We are ready to go to space. And the reason I'm not going to launch it this episode is because next episode I want to have the maximum amount of time to be able to futz around on that station to get the science going to send us back science. So there it is, guys. We are red eye to go to space. And in the next episode, that's what we're going to do. All right, guys. I will talk to you later and see you soon. Bye-bye.